Hello everyone. Our today's topic is linear measuring instruments. Okay, so for linear measurement, engineer scale, vernier caliper, micrometer, height gauge, these all instruments are used. Okay, so let's discuss one by one instrument. So first is the engineer scale. Okay, so you can see we all are familiar with this engineer scale. These engineer scale are used for general measurement, and on this scale there is numbers are marked in millimeters, centimeters and inches. You can see in on this side the millimeters, the marking is done in form of millimeters as well as centimeters, and from this side the marking is done on inches. Now generally, to measure to an accuracy of 1 mm, this steel rule is used. Some steel rule measure to an accuracy of 0.5 mm. Okay. Now how we can measure the length. Okay. So you can see on the left side, you can see there is a cylindrical shape, hollow cylindrical area is there, and we need to measure its internal diameter with the engineer steel. So we are putting engineer steel like this, and to place the end of the steel rule level with the start of the end material. Look at exact place on the rule where this material's inner diameter ends, and after that we will take reading, okay, on the ruler scale. By this way we can measure the with the help of engineer steel rule. Next is the vernier caliper. So common uses of vernier caliper are, we can measure the outside diameter, we can measure the inner diameter, we can also measure the depth with the help of this vernier caliper. Okay, and the material which most widely used for manufacturing of this vernier caliper is 440 C grade stainless steel. You can see different parts of the vernier caliper. Okay, so this is the vernier slider. Okay, these are the outside jaws, these are the inside jaws, this is the locking screw, this is the depth bar, this is also called the depth bar, this is the distance between this is called depth measuring spaces, this is the main scale, this is movable vernier scale, this is the thumb wheel. Okay, this is the deep groove. Okay, so these all are the various parts of the vernier caliper. You can see by this way we can measure the internal diameter of any object. Okay, by this way we can measure the outside diameter or length of any object. You can see by this way we can use the depth gauge of the caliper. Now the next is the least count of the vernier caliper. So the least count of any measuring equipment is the smallest quantity that can be measured accurately by using that instrument. Okay, so the least count is equal to the value of one main scale division divided by total number of vernier scale division. So the equation total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied by least count. Okay, so TR means total reading, MSR means main scale reading, VSR means vernier scale reading, and LC indicates least count of the vernier. Okay, so you can see this is the main scale, and this the movable thing is the vernier scale. So the value of one main scale division is 1, and the total number of vernier scale division is 50. So 1 by 50 is equal to 0.02 mm. So the least count of the vernier caliper is 0.02 mm. So let's go to workshop and do practical with vernier caliper and take some readings. So right now we are in our workshop, and today we are going to perform our practical related to this vernier caliper. Okay, so this is the vernier caliper, this is the main scale, and this you can see is the vernier scale. Okay, you can see at the top of this vernier scale a locking screw is provided, which is used to lock the measurement. Okay, you can see this is the external jaws. With the help of this external jaws we can measure the length of any object. At the top side you can see there are internal jaws. With that we can take the reading of internal diameter of any object. Okay, so these all are the main component of this vernier caliper. This is the depth measuring blade which is used for measurement of depth of any object. So right now we will learn how to take reading by using this vernier caliper. So with the help of this vernier caliper we are measuring the outer diameter of this object. Okay, so you can see by this external jaws we are measuring the outside diameter of this. So you can see, first of all we will mark the main scale. We will take the main scale reading. So you can see the main scale reading is at 38. Okay, and the vernier scale reading is the 15 number slot is exactly matched with the main scale slot. Okay. So you can see by this way we can take the final reading. The equation is total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied by least count. The least count of this vernier caliper is 0.02 mm. So main scale reading is 38 plus vernier slot is 15 mm and least count is 0.02. So we will get 38 plus 0.3 and final reading is 38.3 mm. Okay, so the diameter of this object is 38.3 mm. With the help of this vernier caliper we can take such type of measurement. For your practice there are 4 to 5 sample images of this reading of vernier caliper. Okay, so let's discuss. So after understanding the practical in workshop, we have some images. This is the image of vernier caliper and we need to take reading from this vernier scale. Okay, so first of all we need to read the zero position of this vernier scale. So you can see this is 80 and the rough reading is 87 mm. Okay, now after that we need to look along the vernier scale. This is the vernier scale and which vernier division coincides with the main scale. Okay, so you can see the 17th vernier scale is completely matched. Okay, so the vernier scale reading is 17. So total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied by least count. So 87 plus 17 cross 0.02. Okay, so 87 plus 0.34. So the total reading is 87.34 mm. Next is the second practice image. So here you can see the rough reading is 60 and this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 64 is the rough reading. So the vernier scale reading is 36 mm. So the total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading multiplied by least count. So by this way we will get 64 plus 36 cross 0.02 and final reading is 64.72 mm. One more image is there through which we need to take the reading. So you can see this is 70 and the main scale reading is 73 mm and vernier scale reading is approximately 90 mm. Okay, so total reading is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading. So 73 plus 19 multiplied by 0.02. So we will get final answer at 73.38 mm as reading. So you need to do more practice with the vernier caliper. Okay, after then you can get the perfect reading. Next is the micrometer. So micrometer is generally made of the cast steel or malleable cast iron. Anvil and spindle face is tipped with the tungsten carbide for increase its hardness. You can see this is the micrometer screw gauge. The last portion is the ratchet stop. This is the friction thimble. This is called the thimble. This is sleeve. This is called the lock nut. This is the spindle, anvil, frame and decimal equivalents. So least count, that we know that pitch divided by number of division on the circular scale. The pitch is 0.5 mm divided by 50. So the least count of the micrometer screw gauge is 0.01 mm. Equation will remain the same. Total reading is equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by least count. Now First step is to whole millimeter is marked on the sleeve. After that, whether a half mark is showing between the whole millimeter mark and the thimble. Read the thimble for hundreds of the readings and we need to add the reading. So let's go to workshop and do practical related to micrometer. So today in this session we will understand how to take reading with this micrometer. Okay, so you can see this is the micrometer. In this you can see this is the last portion, that is called the ratchet. Okay, this is the friction thimble. This you can see the number of marking is done, that is called the thimble, or which is also called as circular scale of this micrometer. Okay, you can see this is the main scale. Okay, this portion is called the anvil. Okay, we are holding the workpiece between this anvil. Okay, this is the spindle and this is the frame of this micrometer. This is the lock nut which is used to lock the reading. So now we are measuring this object with this micrometer screw gauge. So first of all we need to hold this object whose dimension is to be measured between the anvil and the spindle of this screw gauge with gentle pressure. Okay, for at that time we need to note down that the main scale reading is just before the zero of a circular scale, and you can see this is the main scale. Okay, so after gentle tight applied pressure over this workpiece, we need to take reading from this main scale, and after then we are taking the reading from this circular scale. Okay, so you can see on the main scale 0, 1 and 2 the reading is 2, and on this circular scale you can see the reading is after 45, so 46, 47 and 48. So the main scale reading is 2 and the circular scale reading is 0.45, or we can say it as a 48. Okay, so we need to multiply it with the least count. So the main scale reading is 2, circular scale reading is 48 and least count is 0.01. so our reading is 2.48 mm. So the thickness of this device is 2.48 mm. After doing practical in the workshop, we will have some practical images, and we need to take the reading from that images. So you can see in this image the main scale reading is 0, 1 and 2. So main scale reading is 2 mm. Circular scale reading, you can see this is 10 mm and circular scale reading match with 11 mm. So circular scale reading is 11 mm. So total reading is equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by least count. So total reading is equal to 2 plus 11 multiplied by 0.01. So total reading is 2.11 mm. Next, you can see this is 5, 6, 7. Okay, and between 7 to 8 there is a reading. So main scale reading is 7.5 mm. After then we will take reading of the circular scale reading. So this is 25, 26 and 27. So the circular scale reading shows 27. So total reading is equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading cross least count. By putting the values we will finally get the total reading as 7.77 mm. Next image, you can see this is the 10, 11, 12 and 13. So the main scale reading is 13 mm. Okay, circular scale reading, so this is 15, 16, 17 and 18. So circular scale reading is 18. So putting in this equation, putting all values in this equation, we will get 13.18 mm. Next, you can see in this image the main scale reading is 16.5 mm. Circular scale reading, this is 20, 21, 22 and 23 mm. So total reading is equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by least count. By putting all this value we finally get 16.73 mm. So by this way we can take readings by using micrometers. So our next topic is height gauge. So height gauge is a measuring device which is used either for determining the height of any object or something, okay, for repetitious marking of items to be worked on. It is used in metalworking or metrology to set or measure vertical distances, and also it measures the height of an object. These are used to mark out the lines and widely used on surface plates and on machine tables. You can see the various components of this vernier height gauge. This is the base, this is called the scriber, okay. This is the measuring face of the scriber, bracket scriber, clamp block scriber, scriber clamp, vernier scale which can easily move on the main scale. This is the slider, this is the main scale, this is called column, and fine adjuster for the main scale. The smallest value that can be measured by using measuring instrument, that is called least count, and the least count of the vernier height gauge is 0.02 mm. Now you can see by this way we can get the we can measure any object, okay. So these are the images. By this way we can measure the height of. So for understanding of this height gauge measurement, let's go to workshop and make some measurement by using vernier height gauge. So today we are going to measure linear dimension by using vernier height gauge. In this vernier height gauge, you can see this is the main scale of this vernier height gauge. This is auxiliary scale. This is the locking nut, okay. This is the measuring jaw. This is the base of this vernier height gauge. And this is the locking screw for locking the reading, okay. These two are the locking screws, okay. So we are measuring the height of this workpiece by using vernier height gauge, okay. So for measuring measurement, we are fixing this workpiece over this measuring jaw, okay, and after completely applying pressure we are locking this reading, okay. So here you can see this is the main scale reading, okay. So we are taking measurement on this main scale reading. So by taking measurement, you can see the reading is approximately 99 on this main scale, okay, and the division which coincidentally match with the vernier division is approximately at 15 division, 5, 5 and 5. You can see at 3 number point the division completely match with the main scale. So our auxiliary scale reading is 15 mm and the least count of this vernier height gauge is 0.02 mm, okay. So reading or equation for measurement of vernier height gauge is equal to final reading plus main scale reading is equal to main scale reading plus auxiliary scale reading multiplied by least count, okay. So final reading is main scale reading is 99 plus auxiliary scale reading is 15 multiplied by least count 0.02 mm. So finally with calculation the final reading is 99.3 mm. By this way we can measure linear dimension by using this vernier height gauge. After doing some measurement in the workshop, finally it's time to do some practice, okay. So we have some readings which we have already taken, okay, and we need to do some calculation from that reading. So let's start, okay. So how we can calculate? So final reading is equal to main scale reading plus auxiliary scale reading multiplied by least count, okay. So let's take first reading. So main scale reading is 80 mm, auxiliary scale reading is 10 division and least count is 0.02 mm. So the final reading is 80 plus 10 cross 0.02 mm, that is final reading is 80.20 mm. The second reading is about we get 100 mm, auxiliary scale reading is 40 division, least count 0.02 mm, okay. So final reading is equal to 100 plus 40 cross 0.02 mm, so final reading is 100.80 mm. The third reading that we have taken, that is main scale reading is 190 mm, auxiliary scale reading is 35 division, least count is 0.02 mm, so final reading is 190 plus 35 cross 0.02 mm, so 190.70 mm. So by this way we can do linear measurement. Thank you for watching this video.